Hmm. Love this coffee. Yes. Halo has gone gold. And the PlayStation vet comes out to talk about PlayStation trying to save what it's doing.
Wake up, it's a brand new day. Crazy Lou's here, got something to say. Good morning, gamers, rise and shine. It's time to play, let's have a good time. Morning, gaming community. With Crazy Lou, it's a world of unity. Upbeat and lively, we're feeling so free. In the world of games, we're just meant to be. Grab coming, I need a scene. Crazy Lou is ready, it's a gaming scene. Fernie's training people where to skin. All recent gaming go, breaks and pay top mean. Good morning, coming Louis. It's a world of unity. Upbeat and lively, we're feeling so free.
Initiating launch sequence.
Let's begin. Good morning, everybody. Also tuning in, even the crazy one. Wish you a beautiful and awesome Tuesday, chats. Sorry for being late. Guess what happened? Internet problems again. I don't know what am I gonna do with this phone company, man. I'm seriously getting agitated with this stuff. Every day I hop in, every day I turn on the PC, every day I gotta wait a while for the internet to bump into the PC. I do not know if it's the PC or is it either the internet. All I know is that this weekend I am solving this problem because I just cannot deal with this anymore. I can't. Every day is the same thing. Every time, I hop in, I have to wait for the PC to settle, and all of a sudden, boom, the internet comes in and everything starts working. I'm like, okay. And so after that, I have to check the speed, check if everything's right. Okay, speed is on. All the time speed drops down. I have to go restart the modem, come back here, check. The things I got to do, Chad. The things I got to do. I don't know what's going on with that, but it is what it is. So, here's the tough part, though. We got a competition out here when it comes down to that game, though. Because, chat, listen to this, though. Yesterday, I finally finished doing the DLC, Revelations. I finished it, which I'm going to talk a little bit about it today, because today I want to focus a little bit more on games more than the gossip that's going on out there. But yeah, so I finished the Doom Revelations DLC. I mean, Doom, yeah, it's called Revelations, though. But I finished the Doom DLC. And all of a sudden, I started playing a game called RV There Yet. RV There Yet. I think that's what it's called. RV There Yet. And so I just started playing, hopped into Discord, and I see that Meet the Cheater was there. Big B Money was snoring like hell. It was like, that was Big B Money last night. No joke, he was snoring. He was snoring like hell. And we're like, whoa, And Cheater said, you're playing RV There Yet? I'm like, yeah. I said, let me hop in, because I saw a cousin play. I want to try it out. Chat, we went to bed so late last night playing that game because it was so damn funny. It was such a good game. It was really that much of a good game. I'm not kidding you. That game is awesome. You guys should try it out. It's a co-op. You guys got to play it co-op, though. You guys got to play it in co-op. It's such a good game. You guys got to play it in co-op. Lou, are you gonna okay bowling with Big B Money? Okay with Big B Money bowling? The thing is, I'll be bowling by myself, though. I had to be the party leader, because if I had to kick him out, I'm going to have to kick him out and end the game, because knowing Big B Money's going to be sleeping. But yeah, we had fun last night with that game. We did. So, let's see. Talos, the man with the very good morning. John Bulex Booth, good morning, my brother. Laos 411, he says, hello. What point does an Xbox and Nvidia partnership start to make more sense than AMD, given their PC market share and Xbox catering to the audience, and the camera just broke again? Okay, now it's being hacked again? Is the camera being hacked again, chat? Yep, it's being hacked again. Come on. All right, there you go. Here you go again. Oh! There goes the camera again. Yeah, go to the back. Yeah, say hi to the thingy majigga thing right there. Yeah, there you go. Yep, chat. Yep, camera's being hacked again. It's going the other way. And you're going to see my messy room because I'm cleaning this room lately and I have to have things all over the place these days. Yeah, here we go. Back to the wall. All right, he's about to get fixed though. I think he's synchronizing though. Yep, the camera got hacked again. So let's see what else the chat's saying. Raichi, what's up? Right now, AMD is being benevolent with Sony. Yep, there you go. With Sony and Xbox because the money right now is with AI. All right. It's broke, boy Lewis. You haven't started talking about PS yet. Yep, that's how it is. I got hacked. Buenos dias, camera is possessed. Yes, it is. ACD Rico is possessed by the Sony fanboys because they mad though. They mad because it said something about the little boy Hunter yesterday out there on Twitter. That's what they're mad about. They came over there and be mad at us. Because man, it's true. Alright, there you go. It's back to normal. See? Your picture doesn't want to leave. It's taking over the room. There you go. Now it's fixed. Camera, what's up with you, man? I mean, seriously, you get hacked every day. You got it, man. Sony fanboys, leave me alone. I don't do that much of stuff. I just put one tweet out there. Y'all mad at me about something. Are we there yet? Is fun. Sadly, nobody in my 60 friend list plays it. Oh, Rachel, you gotta tell them. You gotta tell them. It's such a good game. Is that a Miami's Dolphins sticker? Yes. No, I don't think. That explains a lot. No. I don't know. That's not a Miami's Dolphin thing, but it's a pin about something though. But it's something from Berlin. I don't know what it has to do with Berlin. But yeah. No, but no Skynet in your area. Hey, I mean, if I had Skynet right here, you know, Lou, I would have had a Terminator standing on my door. I'd be like, you see, I got my own Terminator. Yay. Skynet would raid Crazy Louie? Nah, he wouldn't raid me. Nah. Why would he raid me, though? Why would Skynet raid Crazy Louie? I mean, I'm not that big of a deal for Skynet to raid me, though. I mean, yeah, so. So. Chat. 30 below. What's up, man? Who else did I say good morning? I say good morning, Raichi. Okay, I think Yubei, good morning. OG was an Xbox on Nvidia, and it was a horrible deal for Xbox. Is why they're in such a rush to move to 360 gen. There you go. Project Milo Revenge. So, chat, we got several things we got to talk about today. We got to talk about how Halo's gonna go. We got to talk a little bit about Doom Revelations, the DLC, which I truly enjoyed. It was, chat, yo, Doom kicked my ass. Doom kicked my ass. But at the end, though, I got better. It was kicking my ass, but I got better, chat. I got better. The DLC is way more tougher than the game is itself. The original, like the game itself, because, you know, it started to get into arena mode, and now you got a spear, which the spear is a pretty good thing. You know, it helps you move around a lot. But even though you switch from spear to shield, it's a hassle. Once you switch to the shield, you know, he becomes the tank he is today. But the thing is, with the spear, he's still a tank, though. He's slow as hell. So every time you see those things thrown at you, man, you're like, oh, man, I got to move dodge. And the spear's the only thing that dodges, though. What is the topic of today's Taco Tuesday? Okay, let's talk about tacos then. So, you know, today's Taco Tuesday. So here you go, chat. Let me show you the taco menu for Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday menu. All right, let's go see what's the menu for Taco Tuesday. Since you brought it up, Taco Tuesday menu. All right, let's go. Images. So here's the menu for Taco Tuesdays. There you go. Los Pancheros are giving you tacos today, so let me just, I'm just going to show this image. All right, here you go. There you go. All right, Chad. There you go. Now we're going to talk a little bit about Taco Tuesday. So Los Pancheros has got Taco Tuesday. So we're going to, each Tuesday, we're going to go in there and talk a little bit about tacos. We have birra, carnitas, vegano, adobada, chicharrón, baja fish, camarón enchilado, gobernador, taco azteca, carne asada, pollo I said pollo al diablo. It's pollo a la diabla. Sorry about that. Pollo asado, cabeza. LP especial, three rolled tacos, beef, chicken, fish, or crab. There you go. See, chat, you got a menu for Taco Tuesday for today. Since you brought it up, all right, let's keep it going. Watch chat be ordering tacos today because of me. Sorry, chat. I had to do it. I had to do it. Hey, Lost Boy said it though. Capcom more focus on DLC, and we'll see though. Nah, Capcom is pumping out good games though. I mean, Capcom is focused on bringing up those games from back in the past, and you know, and they're doing a pretty good job though. They're doing a good job with those remakes. Like we're getting finally Code Veronica, and after that we don't know what's next though. Because seriously, what happens at the end of Resident Evil timeline though? Where are you going to remake next? It's not going to be on Imusha though. I hope. I hope it's that game we've been asking for years and years and years and years on end. And that is Dino Crisis. Yeah. So, chat, let's talk about Doom Revelations real quick. So, Doom Revelations, a Doom guy goes to a bottomless pit. He gets his ass kicked. And after he gets his ass kicked, he runs around pretty much butt naked without an armor. What I mean by butt naked is that he's not butt naked. I'm saying that he just does not have his armor. So basically, you know, you have to little by little collect a couple things, which I'm not going to say because if I do, that will give you spoilers. At least one sweet thing in the game. And Cow Tongue Tuck is the best. Sweet. And one sweet thing about the game is it takes you, like, this is the only spoiler I'm going to give you about the game, basically, is that he goes a little bit to the past, though. And it's fun when you go to the past. So when you go to the past, you do something cool. You'll be like, whoa! You know, it's going to take you back to something. So, yes, I'm not going to go as much into that. But, yes, you go back to the past. You see something from his past that you know that is affecting him. And then little by little, you know, you progress through the story. You see some things happen. You got to face all the baddies. Which the baddies, I got to say, though, they are pretty tough. Like I said, you got that spear, though. That spear is pretty cool, at least. Like I said, pretty cool. If you master it, you get way better on it. But the thing is, with that spear, you don't have that much of a shield. You got to be dodging all over the place. You got to be, oh, man, it's a tough one. The spear is a little tough thing to use, though. And I remember the first time when I got into an arena with that spear, oh, my God. If I died 60 times, I wouldn't lie to you. That's how bad it was. I mean, I got my butt kicked with that spear. I skipped every single cutscene that they lost my interest with the story in there just to rip and tear. I mean, look, the story's not bad though. I mean, this Doom story is not that bad. I liked it though. It's okay. You know, at least it had a sweet little story, which is fun. At least the story's not long, which is good. Because, you know, I hate those games that you get into a story and you got to see the drama unfold. Like, oh, I lost Fluffy. Who was Fluffy? Well, Fluffy. And then you go back to the story about who Fluffy was. I hate those type of stories, man. I don't give a shit about damn Fluff. I just want to go in and do shit. Damn. That's it. I'm just about to watch Martin. Oh, Bro Man. That's my favorite character. Bro Man is my favorite character in Martin. No joke. I love Bro Man. That's so funny. He just randomly hops in. That's it. So let's keep it going. But yeah. So weapons are the same. You got to upgrade your spear. You got to upgrade pretty much your spear. You got to upgrade your health, your things, because remember, you're running around butt naked. What I mean by butt naked is, again, you don't have your armor. So you got to pretty much upgrade everything. And yeah, after that, face a couple baddies, finish it. And this is the funny part though. Once you finish the game, it's not even finished. You got something else to do. You got one more boss to face, which I said fantastic. I like that idea because there's some areas while you run through the game, right? There's going to be some areas you cannot open until you get the master key. And the only way to get the master key is you got to finish the DLC story. And like I said, after that, you have one more boss to face. And I don't know who it is yet because I haven't gone there, but damn. B-Money is the guy from Martin that climbs in the window. That's Bro Man. That's who it is, Bro Man. Pause, says BB Money. Goes in and eats the sandwich, though. And then when he exits, he goes, he just goes, I love that character. Game news. Gears of War E-Day on October 6th with DLSS 4.5 and ray tracing. So, look, the story with the Doom Revelations, I give it a 9. It was a pretty fun story, you know, especially that area where you go to the past, you're like, whoa, you know, you see that. I give it a 9, and I love the idea, like I said, when you finish the story to the DLC, you go back and you got one more thing to do. I love that. You know, that's something that, because it's forcing you to go in and unlock everything else that you have not unlocked. So it's fun. So like I said though, I give the story a 9. Sound, I give it a 10, of course. Gameplay. So with the gameplay for Doom, again, I missed my rip and tear. And for him to be a tank is tough, so it sits for me as at a solid 9 too, because you know I love Doom, but again, if it had the rip and tear, I would have given it a 10. But since it does not have the damn rip and tear like it used to have in Doom Eternal, you know, I'm sitting at a 9 with that one. But yeah, the gameplay was really stressful. I was literally sweating in areas because I was getting my butt kicked. You guys do not believe how tough it was. Now you got the demon that resurrects all the other demons, and that guy can't take bullets. And sometimes you feel the weapons you have, like, oh my god, do something, hit him harder. Oh fucking A. Oh man, it was tough. It was tough, man. I was sweating, Chad. I was sweating. Like I said, I give it the gameplay. I give it 9. Did I give sound? Sound, like always, is a 10 for me. Sound is always fantastic. What else is there? Fun fact. Fun factor, right? So the fun factor again sits at a 9, and for me, the game is a 9. Totally a 9 for that game. Doom Revelations is actually a really fun game. Try it out, chat. Give it a go. And like I said, my favorite thing is after you finish the DLC, you gotta go in and complete it because you get the master key, and you gotta just keep on completing it to face the final boss that I still don't know who it is. So yes, it's a game I recommend. Give it a go. I finished it, I think, in like, let's see though, I played on Sunday, 6 hours yesterday. I finished in like 16 hours, 17 tops, probably 18 hours into it. So yeah, for me it was an 18-hour DLC, and like I said, I'm still not done with it, so it's going to be like a 30-hour DLC. But yeah, it was fun, chat. It was fun. I gotta say, I had fun. I had fun playing the game. It was real fun. And stressful, which is good. So, P-Lump is the guy, Martin, with the big girlfriend. No, wait a minute. With the big girlfriend. Oh, you're talking about the guy who does not have a job, and he says he has a job though? That's P-Lump. More game art custom for GeForce RTX 5080 Founders Edition. NVIDIA will do more popular game released. I think NVIDIA doesn't. Does NVIDIA do games though? Hello, Campaign Evolved. Hello, good morning. What's up? What's up? Yes, pretty painting behind you. Thank you, Halo Campaign. I'm glad you like it. What's up, Latek? How you doing, my bro? Good morning. So, like I said, Doom Revelations, 9 out of 10. Great game. Give it a go. Try it out. I don't want to give that much spoilers. Fun game. Man, it really, they pushed the envelope on this one with what's it called? With Doom the Dark Ages. Because I played Doom the Dark Ages, and for me, it wasn't that hard compared to this. This one is way more harder. Like, they're really up the notch when it comes down to the enemies. So, yeah. It was good. Yeah, Cole, not Tommy. Oh, I thought it was Tommy, though. He ain't got no job, man. So, all right, chat, let's move up to the good news. Because finally, chat, it is here, my friends. It is here. And I know you guys, even though at the beginning, we saw the game, we weren't too happy about it, but after we saw even more gameplay, we said, wow, it looks neat. I want to give it a go. So it says right here, Sith Lord, member for 26 months economy class. Thank you, Sith Lord. Oh, man, that is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, but you want to know something, Big B? There is an episode where they explain Tommy's job. Believe it or not. I don't know which episode it is. I have not gotten in there, but yes, there is an episode where they explain Tommy's job. Because the thing is, I after I watch some shows, sometimes, you know, I go in and see some stuff because at the end of the day, you're like, what was his job? You know, you have that curiosity in your head and they told you what the job was, though. So, yeah. So, Halo has gone gold, my friends. Finally, 2 weeks ahead of schedule. Sweets. And like I said, I really wasn't looking forward to it. And after I saw like the most recent trailers and everything, I was like, it looks it's going to be like a good game. So, hey, Louis, I'm downloading the Lego Marvel Collection on my Xbox Series X. All the contents, these Legos games are FPS boosted, but it's really surprised those Lego games got FPS boosted to me. No. Exactly. It's not a surprise, though. You know Xbox does that, though. So, yes, Halo is here. And it says, Halo has officially confirmed that the Halo campaign Evolved has already gone gold, securing the milestone with 2 weeks to spare before its actual release. Halo campaign Evolved officially gone gold. The milestone was shared through the official Halo X account on X, and it puts to rest any lingering concerns about a potential delay, especially given the string of Xbox delays that have affected other titles in recent months. So, you guys actually thought they were going to delay Halo. I mean, 2 weeks notice, they don't... This is a problem I have with websites, though. Going gold is one of the most significant milestones in game development. It means the game has reached a fully complete state and ready to be manufactured and distributed. That does not mean that. That means that the game is ready to launch. That does not mean that it's in a complete, like in a beautiful state that you got to release it. No. Because we've seen games go gold and launch them, and we see that they came out broken. Come on. Making the point where the code development work is done is not done, my friend. Trust me, they're going to be fixing some stuff in there. In that case of Halo Campaign Evolved, reaching gold status 2 weeks before launch gives the team at Halo Studios extra time and space to addressing any remaining bugs or polish issues before players get their hands on it. That's not going to... I just love how these guys, go in there trying to defend as much. Yo, stop defending! Xbox shared the announcement in a celebratory post, signaling confidence in the project. The studio has had more time to dedicate to bug fixing and final touches in the main build locked in, which bodes well for the overall launch experience. So Halo is officially gone gold. Early access begins on July 23rd. So guys, if you want to play it early, you gotta get the little early access that's out there. You gotta get that. They explained this job without saying it was exactly. What job was it? Oh, Lord. Just 2 weeks ago, take my money, says Big B Money. What money? You ain't buying that shit, Big B Money. You're buying GTA 6. You said it. You only have money for GTA 6. What do you mean take your money, Big B? Damn. So it says here, what does this mean for Halo Campaign Evolved? Is a full Unreal Engine 5 remake of Halo Combat Evolved, the landmark 2001 first-person shooter that launched alongside the original Xbox. This remake brings the classic up to modern visual standards while also adding new content that was not present in the original. Yes. That includes 3 brand new prequel missions called Operation Meteorite, which take place roughly 1 year before the events of Combat Evolved, and center of Master Chief and Sergeant Johnson taking down a Covenant research ship. These missions are available immediately when players boot up the game for the first time. The remake also adds optional modifiers that can increase the difficulty and challenge of the original campaign of returning players looking for a fresh experience. What to expect in the upcoming Halo remake? It says here. Halo Campaign Evolved will be also available on PS5, PC, via Steam, and Series X and S, making it the first Halo game ever to launch on the PlayStation platform. Ah, you were happy mentioning that, huh? Players who pre-order the Premium Edition at $70 will get early access starting July 23rd, while Standard Edition buyers and everyone else will be able to play starting at July 28th. The Standard Edition also launches as Day 1 title on Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass. The game supports Online, both online and local co-op at launch, though it will not include PvP player modes at release. One earlier concern involving co-op on PS5 was also cleared up by Xbox, which confirmed that split screen co-op will only require a free PlayStation account for the second player, rather than a full PlayStation Plus subscription. Online co-op, however, will still require PlayStation Plus on the PS5 or Xbox Game Pass on Xbox. Co-op progression is supported across all platforms. Well, yeah, chat, Halo has gone gold. I mean, I got a question for you guys. Who is excited to play this game now? Let's do a poll. Because seriously, I want to hear your thoughts about it, because we know this game is launching soon. So I want to know who is excited for it, who is going to be happy to play it, and who is just like, I don't care. I'll play it later on. Like, yeah, I don't mind it. But yeah. Who is excited? Who is going to be playing the Halo campaign Evolve game? So there you go. I am. Don't care. All right, let's go. Posting it right now. Go ahead and vote, my friends. 5-day early access, man. I'm sure by the 20th it will be available for pirate. All right, sweet. On kind of the meh category. All right. Has Halo Campaign Evolved been optimized so it can function well? No smooth gameplay is important? I think it is, yeah. I think it's going to be well optimized, though. David Cole, I think it's going to be well optimized. I mean, the game has gone gold. Now, I can't guarantee you that by going gold, that means the game is 100% fully completed. But, you know how it is. Even though they say it's gold, we got to wait till the game launch to see how well it runs. Yeah. Bad Chat's gone gold. And like I said, though, I'm going to play it. I'm going to go through it because for what I saw, the graphics look sweet. The good thing is it's a 12-hour long game, so it's not going to be a stressful, long-ass game, like 20, 25 hours. So it's a 12-hour long game. So me first, though, I'm going to be playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag. That's the first thing I'll be playing. So I'm going to be playing that thing from Wednesday to on. And so once Halo Campaign Evolved comes out, I'll jump in and play the campaign Evolved. You know, I'll go through it after I'm done with Assassin's Creed Black Flag because I know I'm going to have fun with that Black Flag game. I love that Assassin's Creed. It's one of my favorites because you get to command a pirate ship and shoot things down, go deep sea fishing, all that stuff, man. I love that game. I do. It's just something with Assassin's Creed Black Flag that just intrigues me. I don't know what it is, but it's so much fun, especially the ship battles, though. Ooh, and then you swing onto the other ship and start a fight. Oh my God, it's fantastic. Whew! Can't wait to get my hands on that game. So, chat, let's keep it going because I got another news I want to cover right here. Let me see if it's right here. Ah, here it is. Uh-oh. Here we go. Of course, it had to be PC Gamer with this title because, you know, PC Gamer likes to console war once in a while. But it says here. 1 week after going independent, the Xbox Bloodbath, South American developer Compulsion Games is low. What is low? I mean, you couldn't even finish the damn thing. You couldn't even finish the damn thing after, you know, saying the Xbox Bloodbath. What Bloodbath, though? There wasn't any Bloodbath, as you guys were saying, though. Oh, my God. Just a week after, South Midnight developer Compulsion Games returned to its independence amidst the latest round of sweeping layouts at Xbox. The studio is looking for work. In a message posted on LinkedIn, Compulsion said it's expanding opportunities to collaborate with studios across the games and entertainment history. So basically, y'all didn't have nothing to work on? What? We invite partners to leverage the talents and creativity to the award-winning Behind South of Midnight, a game that was honored with the BAFTA Award, a Peabody Award, and 7 Canadian Game Awards, and recognized as multiple Best Games of 2025 list, Compulsion wrote. But it did not get a Jeff Keighley Award. Who the fuck cares about that? It is disheartening messages. Sought the identity win all the awards and more. One high-profile win that went unmentioned is the Games for Impact crown at the 2025 Game Awards, and we liked it quite a lot too. It earned a 83% in our review, and reviewer Andrea Sharon went on to play it through it twice after the fact, selecting it as her personal pick game of the year in 2025. So it says here, with Compulsion Games returning to its roots as an independent developer, we are expanding opportunities to collaborate with studios across the games and entertainment industry. By partners who leverage the talent of the creativity and award-winning team behind South of Midnight, the game was honored blah 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 blah, best games of 2025. Okay. With deep experience in creating acclaimed original IP, we bring our artistry, technical expertise, and collaborative approach to every project. We're excited to support the development of memorable experience and engage and entertain players around the world. It wasn't a huge seller though, and all the critical praise wasn't enough to secure Compulsion a future as an Xbox-owned studio. Look, it's like what I said about the studio. Like, out of all the studios that left though, this studio was one that I'm like, this will be an interesting one. Because why would it be interesting? Because at the end of the day, these guys came from a game called We Happy Few. The game was fucking terrible. Bad game, bad. It was awful. And then they made this beauty right here, which I know that if they really focus, they can make something even way more better than this beauty right here. That's the truth, though. I mean, that team has got some good talent in there. Now the problem was it took them so long to do something. It's But my word at the time seems reinforced those posts. Cutting Compulsion loose as an independent studio, especially with the oxygen-deprived environment the game industry has blundered into, may have merely delayed the inevitable failing curtain, and one might argue Xbox gives way to avoid blame should that happen. No matter, Xbox gives Xbox a way to avoid blame should that happen. Oh, should that happen if it gets closed? Okay. Compulsion launched at the studio. Its website says it got its start in 2009 as a home office providing services to other game studios, including THQ and Atari. So this isn't entirely unfamiliar territory, but the environment then was very different than it is today. Sweeping layoffs and studio closures over the past several years have left countless developers without work and increasingly constrained industry. Quite a few Compulsion employees seem to share the feeling. A couple of weeks before the independent announcement, numerous people at the studio began actively looking for new jobs, reportedly with the blessing of the studio's leadership. So yeah, child, like I said though, this studio, like I said, they came out with the beauty, and I believe they got the talent to release something better. I believe that out of like all these studios, because you know, State of Decay, they do a pretty good job. Double Fine, we know what they can do, and we know where they went to. Seriously, you guys went that route. And what was the other one? And Senua's Hellblade, we know what they can do, and we know where they went through. Yeah, seriously. But Compulsion is like the only studio I can't say that that they really have made an amazing job from coming from We Happy Few to building this. But it took them way too long, way too long. But hey, it was a good game. I gotta say though, it was a good game. But yeah. Good luck to y'all. Hope you guys can find the work you need to do, and I hope you guys can get enough funding to start a new game and get it out there. They're just hitting on Xbox because they're doing way better than Sony right now. That's just you, baby. Ah, man. Speaking of that, you babe, because man, oh man. This is why I got my camera hacked today, because, shit. Of course. I trolled someone out there on Twitter because, of course, I was trolling because all he's been doing, because I've been just sitting there watching. Chat, we all know what's going out there in Twitter, right? You go in there, you see every day, every single day we see something that comes out with the physical stuff that's happening out there with the physical games. You see the fanboys going out there trying to fight this, doing their best, signing petitions, be pissed off and everything, right? But this one little guy named Hunter keeps praising everything PlayStation does. Like, yesterday, some numbers came out. They said, oh, Xbox only shipped 3.2 million Xboxes, but PlayStation shipped 17 million. So, of course, he was out there praising PlayStation. And I'm sitting here like, so the other day, people were fighting that the whole numbers when it came down to digital versus physical, the numbers were fake, and now so we gotta trust this. And so of course I said this guy's probably being sponsored by Sony because shit, all he does is talk positive about Sony. I have not seen him go out there and complain one teensy bit about the whole physical thing or be part of the complaining crowd with the physical thing, which he should have been a part of that if he's such a big fan as he says. But you know, I guess that sponsorship means a lot of value, so he's not going to go in there and say something. Just going to chill out probably. It's kind of weird though that he's not saying anything though. But that's him. And yes, he decided to post something about a vet that said this. Exclusive interview, former Sony veteran in digital versus disc gaming and PlayStation stars failure. The notion of digital gaming is one that has been blowing up in recent weeks. Not entirely for good reasons. It has become a massive point of contention across for wider industry thanks to Sony revelations that will cease produce discs for new PlayStation releases after January 2028. Taking advantage of the discussion, I grabbed some time from Gordon Thornton, a former Sony Interactive Entertainment veteran with almost 18 years at the company before departing in 2022. He was the SVP and controls of PlayStation's global direct-to-consumer business, scaling the PlayStation Store from nothing to a multi-billion-dollar beast of digital games. Of course, he's going to be talking about, yeah, you got to protect that digital stuff. Yep, I asked him for his take on the digital gaming space. Before going any further, I'm not going to read that. The real value for both players and developers. Let's see what this is about, chat, because this is where it gets interesting. You gotta laugh at this stuff. Digital Foundry was a good like a decade ago. They kind of have been asked since minus PN2. Microsoft will be at Gamescom. Will Sony be there? Nope. It probably will though. I mean, I don't know. From 2005 to 2022, Gordon Thornton was climbing the presidency ladder at Sony Interactive Entertainment. He was pivotal in launching PlayStation's first digital platforms, cranking the value of digital sales. Hold on a second, chat. Getting a message from work. Yep. All right. So, leaning heavily into the concept of data-driven transformation and ultimately scaling the PlayStation Store to where it is today. Put simply, Thornton was directly responsible for the PlayStation Store and PlayStation Digital vertical, racking up to $14 billion a year in global revenue. I have felt like he was one of the safest and most knowledgeable souls in the world to ask about digital gaming, but I specific line I wanted to pro first. In recent news, someone managed to pre-order GTA 6 Ultimate Edition using Microsoft Game Rewards after having grinded the system for months to rack up the credits. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that, though? That's pretty sweet, though. I asked how valuable the ecosystem like this is, given that Sony is preparing to entirely sunset the PlayStation Store's loyalty system later this year. The Microsoft Rewards story demonstrates the power of executive loyalty program built on a two-day value exchange system where both Microsoft and the player are winners. In my opinion, PlayStation Stars failed because it did not properly align player behaviors with the right incentives, leading to its closure. Haven't you guys learned for the last couple of weeks that these guys are the greediest MFers that there are out there? Come on, man. Thornton is now the chief commercial officer at ZBD, a payment pipeline provider that Gaming Spacey used as a success story, had the company to paint a picture of those things should be in the loyalty space. I think the real value for both players and developers comes from aligning player rewards directly within game mechanics and objectives. Want to check? Alright, so when developers successfully connect with these elements, it significantly boosts the title's lifetime value and average revenue per user. For example, with CVD helped Tab Nation implement strategy, the game experience had 142% in retention over 2 weeks and a 44.4% bump in average revenue per daily active user. I don't understand where we're going with this. I mean, we're talking about the digital stuff. The inherent issues comes from replications trend. Thornton says the problem is the most loyal systems simply copy a formula employed by others across the industry, and there's no evolution at play. Microsoft does it well, as Thornton quipped, but it's still not transformative. The next step is player incentives requires elevating the relationship between user and the game to a financial level, embedding real money rewards directly into the core gameplay loop. Introducing instant rewards like real money payouts for content creators transforms the audience into vested participants with shared objectives, deepening their connection in the game. It's no big secret that a digital first storefronts benefit from loyalty schemes, but they have to handle correctly. It's about rewarding users for their time spent playing the games they buy, and instead of relying on a simple flat rate discount system, something from more personal and the best step forward. Next up, I wanted to pick up Norton's brain about the cost of digital gaming and the news that Sony is pushing more players into the digital space by scrapping discs for new games post January 2028. The relevance of physical resellers has naturally diminished. Thornton assured me that the PlayStation Store isn't in a great place, ready to evolve as digital first becomes de facto standard in the gaming space. He came armed with numbers for our discussion. The PS Store already commands a significant 80 to 85% market share. Physical retail now primarily competes during the initial launch window, especially as dedicated to gaming storefronts are replaced by supermarkets and general electronic retailers. Consequently, the PS Store entirely dominates the catalog markets, games older than 90 days, minimizing distribution risk. Many have voiced their concerns about PlayStation push for digital exclusive gaming. Within 18 months, no new PlayStation will be available to buy on disc. That is unless the global petitions with hundreds of thousands of signatures changes everything. One of the leading issues stoking the fire in this debate is around Sony's monopoly of gaming that will arguably grow with the digital ramp-up, and the notion that the PlayStation Store overcharges gamers. That latter point has caused lawsuits to surface, some of which have been successful. Thornton had an answer. Regarding allegation of monopolization and price manipulation, PlayStation operates on a buy-sell model where the publisher acts as the supplier, because the recommended retail price is set directly by the publisher. Sony does not control these pricing structures, which counters claims of unlinear price fixing. Hold on, chat. 1 second. Let me go into Copilot for a second, bro. Let me go to Copilot. Hold on, chat. I'm checking out something right now. Because something's not adding up over here. Y'all ready for this, chat? Y'all ready for this? I'm gonna just copy paste this right here so you guys can see this right now. This is not me, because I knew something was off though. So that claim that Sony does not control pricing, set the recommended price, is not fully true in the context of digital PlayStation storefront pricing and antitrust allegations. Multiple ongoing lawsuits argue the opposite, that Sony's perform rules do give it effective control over digital game price, even if publishers normally sets RRPs. What the evidence shows, Sony operates a closed digital storefront wallet garden. Sony requires all digital PlayStation games to be sold exclusively through the PlayStation Store. No publisher or retailer can sell digital PS4, PS5 keys elsewhere. Yikes! This exclusivity is central to the antitrust claims. Sony charges a 30% mandatory commission platform tax. Publisher must pay Sony a 30% cut on every digital sale. Lawsuits argue that this cost is passed directly to consumers, raising prices. Publishers cannot undercut Sony's prices elsewhere. So yikes, you lied, my friend. That's bad. One, publishers cannot undercut Sony's pricing elsewhere. One lawsuit explicitly states Sony prohibits publishers from selling PlayStation digital games at lower prices on competing platforms, effectively controlling the price floor. This contradicts the idea that publishers freely set prices. UK and EU lawsuits argue Sony does set retail prices. In the UK case, plaintiffs argue Sony does set the retail prices because there is no retail competition for digital PlayStation content. Dutch litigation similarly claims Sony model inflates prices by 47% compared to physical versions due to the lack of alternative digital sellers. Wow. Bottom line, Sony is not a simple buy-sell arrangement where publishers independently set prices. Courts and regulators argue that Sony's platform rules create de facto monopoly over digital PlayStation game prices, undermining the claim that Sony has no role in price settings. Wow, my friends, so you lied to everyone. Good. Keep lying, though. And like I said, they're trying to run for cover, though. Like, why are you guys running for cover? I don't understand what is it that you're trying to win out of this. You guys are looking for the win-win situation. You guys are not going to get it. People are pissed. Understand, they are furious. They are mad. They're not happy with how things are going right now when it comes down to PlayStation and its physical move. Come on, man. Let's see, though. So the reluctance to adopt digital gaming and the prevalence of physical... Okay, so let's see, though. Sorry about that. Was this the thing I've copied and pasted? Okay. I asked Thornton that he thought about the resilience of the anti-digital crowd staring Sony in the face and threatening to boycott the entire ecosystem in defense of their disc. I'm off to the standpoint that an all-digital future is inevitable, and it sounds like Thornton agreed with me. Of course he's going to agree with you. Of course he's going to agree with you. I mean, look, if you ask me personally, are we going to go to a digital future? Yeah. I've seen this happening since Netflix came around. I mean, I'm not stupid. I know this. But that is not the problem. The problem is that this company, the one who did that famous video of grabbing the disc and giving it to someone else, did not sit down and explain this situation to the fans. Why the hell does a veteran have to come around and try to run for cover situation? Or try to go ahead and try to protect this company? Bro, you're not even in there anymore. Even though you worked there for 33 years or 40 years, I don't give a shit how long you worked in. People are pissed off. And not only that, after they announced it, it's been 2 weeks almost. I mean, when is going to be 2 weeks? And they have not come out and state something. They've been quiet. They've been like nothing's going around. They've been posting stuff, throwing things around. And these guys just want a clean answer. And like I said, if you guys at the very beginning would have sat down with them since last year, 2025, when Sony announced this, because it was Sony that announced it, not PlayStation. When Sony announced this, they would have been like, And if y'all would have explained it, they would have been like, okay, I somewhat understand. There could be a crowd out there that could be furious, but not as furious as they are now. The problem is you guys went in there through this and said, okay, you know what? This is it. Fuck you. I'm out. That's what y'all did. And now they're demanding answers, and you guys have changed the community notes. You guys have switched a lot of stuff, and people are furious for what you guys are doing. And not only that, you guys do a YouTube show in France, and you start banning people. Wow. That is fucking crazy. Especially when people want to just speak their minds out about the physical thing. I mean, come on, man. You're literally treating your fans like crap. But that's what they got, because they rose this monster into this way. You guys raised them to be this way. It's like the PS3 era disappeared. Yeah, because you see, all seem to forget that PS3 disappeared, and all of a sudden PS4, they were more giving, they were more complacent. They were more like, yes, you know, this is what they did in the PS4 era. They grabbed you and they were like, oh yes, my friend, I know, it's yeah. Come over here, we love you, yeah, we share games and everything. And once they caught you in there, because that's what they did, they caught you. How did they catch you, though? With the digital library, because you already built your digital library in there. Instead of you guys being open, like I keep on saying, telling everybody be open, go explore other things. No, you guys decided to stay there and build your digital library there where they have you caught. How do they have you caught? That in 3 years, if you don't activate your PlayStation profile, you lose everything you have in there. That's how they catch you. And now, or you either buy the console, or you either sign in through mobile, or just to say, hey, my profile is still alive till I decide to buy a console. You guys are caught there, my friends. That's what sucks. And that's Sony's guarantee there that you're going to keep on buying the console because you got 3 years to show that you're playing PlayStation games. Wow. That is their guarantee right there. Let's see. The reluctance to adopt digital gaming and the prevalence of physical resellers have naturally diminished. In major markets like Western Europe and the United States, traditional sofa gaming has moved online, with players connecting from their homes. Furthermore, frequent digital sales and promotions have resulted in consumers waiting for the right digital price drop and purchasing the game themselves. All of these making digital appealing to players more so than the general appeal physical provides, like this sharing. Hey, what's up, Greenbush? Silent Cypher, good morning. He says Sony is finding every rake in the yard currently. And instead of addressing the situation, they opted to announce a new physical fighting stick for the loyal skills to purchase. Yep, that's true. That is true. We wrapped up with a brief chat about the cost of digital versus physical gaming because, again, that he spread like wildfire in the last weeks. Many feel that digital gaming must be cheaper as there are no distribution or manufacturing costs to consider, but that rarely seems to be the case. So to explain, publishers have never desired to run channel-centric pricing. In the US, pricing is harmonized, and this helps set the global pricing via foreign exchange and market pricing. The gaming industry is not incentivized to work with the cost-plus model, where the game price is based on its production cost. It would prefer to maximize revenue however possible. Such embedding substantial value loops directly within a game to strengthen its user lifetime value and average revenue for paying user. This extra revenue can be used to help cover the increased costs of game development instead, allowing the price of a game to remain fixed regardless of whatever its physical or digital. So let me cop this right here. I want to see something real quick. Hold on, chat. Because this guy has been caught in like, I don't know how many lies though. Oof. Today has been catching this guy on his lies though. Let's see if this is true though. Man, you've been there for all these years and you still, Let me type this. Paste. Is this true? All right, let's go. Let's see what this says though. So, short answer, your statement accurately reflects modern game industry economics, but it oversimplifies how pricing strategy works when why game prices remain stable. The underlying logic is directionally correct. Publishers prefer revenue maximizing models over cost plus pricing, and live service monetization helps offset rising development costs. But this does not fully explain why game prices stay fixed, nor does it explain it equally across all game types. Below is a deeper breakdown. Oh shit, again he lied. I mean, bro, I've been catching you with the, oh my god. You're trying to save Sony, my friend. You're trying to save Sony. So here it is though. Wait, where is it? So I was reading all this already. So it says here, core takeaway, the game industry does not use cost plus pricing and is highly incentivized to maximize lifetime value. So embedding monetization loops like battle passes, cosmetics, DLC subscription does help offset rising development costs. However, this does not guarantee that the game prices remain fixed, nor does it apply uniformly across physical versus digital formats. Why cost plus pricing doesn't work in gaming? Costs vary widely. AAA games can cost 100 to 200 million to produce. Indie games may cost under 1 million. Demand elastically matters for more than the cost. Publishers' core based on that market will bear not what the game costs to make. Hit-driven economics. A small number of games subsidize many failures. Pricing must reflect marketing positions, not production costs. This aligns to your point. Let me see. Sorry about that. Publishers prefer revenue maximization over cut recovery. Why publish embedded value loops? LTV. These include battle passes, cosmetic microtransactions, season pass, DLCs. These systems increase average revenue per paying user, ARPPU, extend lifetime value, LTV, provide recurring revenue, reduce reliance on one-time purchases. This part of the statement is true and reflects industry-wide strategy. Does actually everyone help keep game prices fixed? Partially true. Live service does help offset rising development costs, but it is not the main reason game prices remain stable. Yikes. So what actually keeps the game prices stable? Consumer price sensitivity. 70 is already controversial, pushing higher risk backlash. Competition, free-to-play giants, Fortnite, Roblox, and all this stuff, right? We know that. Platform norms. Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo maintain consistent price tiers. Retail parity. Physical and digital versus typically share the same MSRP to avoid channel conflict. Agreed there. Marketing psychology, a fixed entry price, lower frictions, monetization happens later. So yes, additional monetization helps, but that's not the sole mechanism for keeping pricing fixed. Your statement says prices remain fixed regardless of whether physical or digital. This is not fully true. Physical games often discount due to retail competition. Oh, digital games can remain at MSRP longer because platform holders control storefront pricing. Oh, but wait, didn't he say that that Sony does not control the pricing or set the pricing or anything? But yes, the platform holder does control the pricing though. Oh man, digital margins are higher, but publishers rarely lower digital prices to reflect this. So while the MSRP may be the same, actual market prices diverge significantly. Bottom line, your statement is directionally correct about the industry incentives and monetization strategy, but not fully accurate as the explanation of stable gaming price. True, the industry avoids cost plus pricing. Publishers maximize revenue through LTV boosting systems. Extra monetization helps offset rising development costs. Not fully true that this alone keeps games prices fixed. That physical and digital pricing behave identically. That monetization is a primarily mechanism of stabilizing MSRP. Oh God, chat. So I got a question though. Why do you have to go to this dude? Do you have to go to this dude to look for backup with the whole situation that's happening? Because look, here's the thing though. I said this once and I'll say this again. What you all should be talking about instead of looking for these people out here talking bullshit, because at the end of the day, they're talking BS, right? Right? Talk about what can we do, because here's a good cover story. If you don't believe me, this is what you guys should be talking about. What are we going to do with our digital content? That is something you guys should be out there talking about, posting about. Seriously, that should be the main story these days. That should be the main thing, because listen, I understand why the physical guys are mad. I get it. Why are they mad? Because they're like, okay, I buy this game and I can either resell it, I can go in for a trade, I can do this, I can do that. So why don't you start talking about how can these storefronts, not only PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, if Nintendo decides to go that way, because, you know, at the end of the day, everybody decides to go where they have to go, because, you know, things happen, things change. Like I said, the digital thing, I knew was coming. I knew it since Netflix came out, since Blockbuster died, since I saw a year and 7 months ago, A year and 8 months ago, yeah. A year and 8 months ago, since I saw that LG decided to stop producing Blu-ray players, I knew that sooner or later we're not going to see any more discs coming around. Now, was it too soon? Yes. And like I said, the way they came out and expressed it, instead of sitting down, talking to the fan base and trying to explain what's happening and say, hey, look, maybe in the close future, not too far away, we might have to stop with physical games because of this, and do a chart showing everyone what's happening, explaining what's going on. They probably would somewhat understand what's happening, but you guys didn't do this. All you guys did was throw it out there and said F you, which is true. And right now it's been 2 weeks and you guys are just putting joysticks and all this bullshit and not addressing your fans. But instead of you media sites going out there trying to look for that person to try to defend this and try to defend Sony all the way, because this article, I know you guys are pro PlayStation. I know that. You guys are pro PlayStation because you've been bashing Xbox for the last 3 weeks, and I've noticed that. You are pro PlayStation. Probably PlayStation sponsors you. Probably, like I said. You guys are pro PlayStation, right? Why don't you guys talk about this? Storefronts. You can add every storefront there is out there, even Steam, to look for ways to try to fix this. We don't have the trade-ins. We don't have, to sell our content or the stuff we have in our hands. Give us the option through digital that we can sell our digital games. Give a cut to the publisher. It could be $5, $10. Who the fuck cares how much? At least they get a cut. Or either that, don't give them a cut. I don't know, whatever. But at the end of the day, though, do something. You'll get more. I think even the company itself in the store will get more cash. Like, for example, Xbox says, for each digital sale you do, we get 1% of that digital sale, or 2%, right? You already got your 30, you get 1% or 2, and the publisher gets 5. And then the rest is for us. That will make the developer make more money. That you will make more money, and not only that, us will be secure that we can do whatever we want with the digital content. But right now, all we have is here, you go ahead and buy this, no matter what storefront it is, and it's just there. And it sits there, and you can't do nothing with it, unless if you want to just install it and play the game. But again, if you're done, you're done. That's it. It's just sitting there. Nothing. Like I said, I have a library of 600 plus games. I mean, there's like 100 or 200 of them. I wish I could go in and trade them and or sell them to buy a newer game. I wish I could do that. Seriously, give me that option. That's something these sites should be talking about. Instead of trying to look for that one dude or this dude or that dude, or going left, right, up, down, trying to find a solution, that Sony did not even come out to solve the problem. And they will not come out and solve it for what it seems, though. I mean, crossing fingers that they come out and say it. But yes, that is the monster you guys created. Because you guys never challenged them. You guys never said something to them. All you guys have done is cheer for them like a bunch of idiots. And this is what you get. Because trust me, if Xbox did the same thing, I would have been like, come on. Explain it. Why? I would have said that if they did that little video from back in the day. But the thing is, Xbox for us has showed us that Mind Digital is okay. And we got used to it. But again, that's what you guys got to be talking about. Instead of looking for that one dude for the BS that he just said. And basically, I grabbed everything he said and used Copilot to address what he said to see if it's true or not. And both things he said in there were not true. Yikes, that's bad. So let me put this poll down. Yo, Louis, what's up, Pickles? How you doing, man? Good morning, Louis. I heard PlayStation's getting sued by Mexico and also getting sued for $457 million. Yep, I saw that. They already delete games and released a We Gone paid 10 times for the same game. So dumb. Double hitters. What happens when your physical copy breaks or no longer boots? What protection of the companies give you that? Ponies between GTA Online is free to play for a week on Xbox Series X. True or false? Mike, cough, cough. FGTA Online says you may. Oh man, ponies don't want to talk. I want to talk about what's going to happen, what's going on behind the scenes. But here's the funny part though, Pickles. We have been talking about the lawsuit so many times. Remember, on this show, I've talked about it plenty of times. Guess what these guys did? They never talked about it. And now they're talking about it because, you know, they want to be a part of the physical bandwagon thing. But this has been going on for like 2 years now, this lawsuit thing. 3 years. So, Ube, listen. I get the whole physical copy breaks are no longer boots. I get that. But listen, if you're going... Here's the thing, though, Ube. We're heading to a digital era. And we've been heading to the digital era for 20 years now. Now, what regulators and everybody in all these media sets should be talking about, like I said, is what can these storefronts do to make our digital purchases for us to go ahead and purchase? Because the reason why people buy physical is because they're able to trade it, they're able to sell it to make some cash to go buy another game, because that's an option you got. Or you can lend it to a friend for him to play, or sell it to the friend to play, because if I was me, I'd just sell it, because man, lending games was a problem. So that's why I quit lending games, because at the end of the day, people don't take care of it. I do take care of my games, and some people don't. But look, like I was saying though, right? They have to give us a right for us to be able to sell our stuff that's digital. They have to give us a right to do that. Because at the end of the day, we're purchasing and purchasing, and all we're doing is making a big-ass library in there. And after you finish with the game, you're like, okay, I'm done with it. I mean, I bet you out of the 600 titles, you have not gone and revisit. I have not, like, for example, have I gone and played at least 100 games again after I was finished with them? No. I've not gone back and done that. I've gone back and played 2 or 3 of them, but I've not gone back and played all those 600 games though. I bought it, finished it. I'm like, okay, does that have replay value for me? No. So what do? I sell it. So that's what I'm saying. They got to give us an option like that, and that would be a pretty sweet option if we get it. Not only for me, for the dev, and also for the box though, because they will make more money when it comes down to this. But hey, that's just me saying it. So, let's see though. People still confused why regulars can't force Sony to keep making this stuff. Well, I mean, they're confused. That's their problem. I mean, I totally understand what they mean though. But what they can force them to do is they can go in and say, hey, listen, you got to have the stores, you know, to have them the option to go sell their digital stuff. Give them that option. They can do that though. Your game lives will probably expire even faster, so you have to rebuy. That's the new plan, laugh out loud. Pony's not a fucking voice of reason, which is why Sony ain't changing back unless they're gonna keep fucking around ponying it up about. The funny thing is that they stuck to this, and I find this amazing, Pickles, that they've been stuck and fighting this. They've been fighting this like crazy. Like every time you see a post of PlayStation, you see them say, fuck you, Sony, the hell with you, Sony. We're not happy with these games. Do you see them say that, though? They're furious. And it's been, what, almost 2 weeks, and they're still mad about this. Anything they post, no matter what, they do a show, whatever, people are in there attacking the whole physical situation. And still, Sony has not come out to address this, which sucks. So Dixie, or Dickie, comes in here and says, hashtag no helix. Oh, I'm sorry, Dickie, you're mad. I'm so sorry you're mad about the situation. No fucking PS6. Okay, buddy. That's what Pickle said. But I'm sad you're mad about it, though. Sorry about that. So, I like how the PC guys crying over physical games going away. For why the fuck do you guys care? You went digital 2 decades ago. Now that's something that they shouldn't be crying about, because they've gone digital since 2003. The argument is the same old. When I die, my family can have some of my physical collection. If you buy gold, buy physical bars. Digital stuff can always expire due to some BS license. I still got my own PC games on CDs: Unreal Tournament 2004, Age of Empires 1, 2, and 3, Diablo 2, Battlefield 1942, Age of Mythology, Rise of Nations. Sweet. I got tired of selling my games, then having to buy them all over again. That's why I went digital. It was worthless to sell games to GameStop or others. So, yeah, I get that though. But you know, Traybone, even though you got tired of this, some people still out there did not get tired. So I got a question though, Traybone, and be honest with me. Since you got tired of going in, trading, and all that stuff, that's with GameStop and all those businesses. would you be tired if they had a digital storefront? Let's say Xbox storefront tells you, okay, hey, you can sell your games on here. Hey, you can do this on here. You can do that on here. Would you be tired of selling your games digitally in the Xbox store? Would you be tired of that? I think the trick to sell when physical game prices explode. If they were going to force companies to resell digital copies, why haven't they done it? That on the PC side. Which they should, because you know why they haven't done it, Ubay? Probably because there was still physical out there and they did not want to push this though. But now, since people are getting furious and consumers are getting, you know, the way they are, I think they will take a look at that though. I think they will though. They got sued even more. Left alone. Sony sucks. Yep. Seeing Sony getting sued, nice. Sony tested their fans when they made a digital console and a portable disc drive. They didn't buy it, proving they didn't care about this. All this uproar is fabricated. Trey-Bone, I wouldn't say it's fabricated though, because they are pretty pissed off though. I mean, it's not fabricated though. The sad part about this, Trey-Bone, is that they got Sony to be this way. That's the problem. Because we would tell them for years about this company. We warned them about it. We told them, you guys did not fight for the $10 price increase. I told them it's going to get worse. You guys did not fight for the PS Plus increase. You guys did not fight for this. You guys did not fight for that. You guys didn't even fight for a stand in your PS5 Pro, which I found it ridiculous. You had to pay $30 extra to get a stand, and they were trying to compare it with the Xbox 2 terabyte version that already had a standard disk drive. I was laughing my butt off with that. I was seriously laughing. How would you manage the storefront? How would it be regulated? Would you pay taxes on it? How would you file? This is an income on your taxes. Lots to consider. Yeah, I get it, Ubay. I get it. I get it. But they had to figure out something, though. Because seriously, the benefits of buying physical is that. I always say this, that's the best thing physical has. That you can buy a game and say, okay, let me go resell it. Cool. But they've been sued all over the place. Speaking of haven't seen Kev and Mike in a while. Haven't seen Kev and Mike in a while. They've been hiding a little bit. They only come when there's bad Xbox news. That's it. I've been asking the same thing. How is this argument just coming up now and you haven't been able to walk into Walmart, Best Buy and get a PC with an optical drive in it for years? Why is this argument coming around? Because since years, the main problem was the company never addressed it. Since the very beginning, they should have addressed it. Since 2025, they should have said something, but they didn't say anything though. Remember when the $10 for The Witcher 3 was on PS5? Wow. Yep. And like I said, though, they didn't address none of that. PlayStation did whatever the fuck it wanted, and that's why they came out there and said what they said. And the fans now are demanding an explanation, which I don't know if they're going to say something. If they do, I'll be like, whoa, they did say something, though. But this is why these companies need to communicate with us, chat. Every move, they need to tell us something. Especially a move like this. Because, I mean, like, look, I was expecting this to happen in 2032, or 2030. But in 2028, you guys are saying this now? Wow. And not only that, 2026, you announced the death of physical? Whoa. Well, good luck to y'all. That's what I say, though. And again, I hope PlayStation comes out and explains something, which they won't. So, yeah, that's why the media sets are trying to look for that PlayStation protection guys out there, which they're lying through their teeth. No, you don't need to sell it from the site because then you can't give them away. They can't have a site let you transfer to another gamer tag. The licensor finally a good place for blockchain. Oh, did not know that though. Each site is attached to an NFT. You can sell your NFT to whoever you want. Outside of a site, of course. Interesting. But here's the funny part though. If I remember correctly, hold on. 1 second, chat. Chat. Let me look for something real quick. Give me 1 second, my chat. Give me one little second. Yep. So here we go. I got this right here. Let me switch right here. So here we go. So I asked the question. Back in the Xbox One, they wanted to create a storefront where you can sell your digital copies to the players. Short answer, yes. The original Xbox One vision in 2013, Microsoft planned a system where digital games were tied to your account in a way that could allow transferring or reselling digital licenses. But the feature was never launched. It was abandoned when Microsoft reserved the Xbox One controversial DRM policies. Remember when that happened, though? The idea came from Xbox One original digital first ecosystem in 2013. Microsoft describes a model where every game you own was a digital license, even disc games. These licenses could be transferred once to another person. Publishers could allow or disallow resale and set conditions. Microsoft hinted a digital marketplace for used games, not fully detailed, but repeatedly referenced in interviews. The part of the same system that required 24-hour sign-ins, mandatory game installs, this to digital conversion. Because of the backlash, Microsoft scrapped the entire DRM model in 2013 with the digital resale concept. So yes, chat, this was actually happening. See? So it was in the works, though. The thing is, I remember this because I remember the whole DRM issues that happened. This was actually going to be there, though. You're listening to this? The license could be transferred once to another person. Publishers could allow or disallow resale and set conditions. And that didn't happen because of the whole negative feedback the DRM got. Shout out to the 52 people here on the show. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Also hit that bell. Let's go. I mean, if Felix PC, you're burn CDs anyways, laugh out loud. Why do you gotta burn CDs? Who's gonna be burning CDs on the Helix, though? Oh, man. The next generation Helix is gonna get an advantage this time around. The role is going reserved, just like the goddamn 2013 laughed my ass off. People should have let Xbox do the DRM. They were been trying to do back in the day. It was trying to help us with digital ownerships, but people don't like new stuff. But the whole world now is online always. Sweet though. See what I mean though? Now it's online, and now they are furious because they're taking their their physical games away. Now they are furious because they know that Sony can take anything away from them, and now they're like, "What the hell are we gonna do? I mean, what's gonna happen though?" And here's the funny part though. You all decided to buy in that store. We've been buying in other stores, though. We've been enjoying every single store there is out there. We've been enjoying the store from Xbox. We've been enjoying the store from PC. We enjoy every single store. We don't get stuck to one store like you guys did. Incredible how they got stuck to that. Yep, PSDRM is already full thrash mode, laugh a lot. Yep, why not if it's there? Remember, Black Flag is online only. Yep. The Sony system announcement seems to be a big erupt, maybe. 18 months left. At the same time, it's not the least surprising. The YouTube reactions are suspicious. I mean, look, if we want to trust these YouTube content creators, I get it. But At the end of the day, there's people. Oh man, I just got a sudden headache. Ah, my head, my head. Give me a second, Chad. Let me just rub my head. Oh, let me drink some water. Um. Pony on the PS4 push gave me back 10 years. And look, Chad, like I said, the information is right there. It's not that hard. All you gotta do is sit down, Google stuff up, and you'll see how things were going to change in 2013. Now, the whole DRM situation was a big problem, and it caused a big backlash, so they had to drop this, which was crazy. And now, look, everybody's out here saying, "Man, what are we gonna do when it comes out to the what's it called? Oh, man, why all of a sudden I have like this headache right here on the left side? Am I? Uh, Hold on, chat. Let me get some more cold water. Be right back. Be right back, chat. Give me 1 second, my friends. Give me 1 second. Hold up a second. Give me 1 second. Let me go get some more water. Be right back. Sorry, chat. Sorry. I was looking for a Tylenol though. I was looking for a Tylenol since I got like a sharp headache. But I'm feeling better. Sorry about that. No. I did not croak. No. Sorry, chat. I was looking for a Tylenol. Sorry. I was rushing through. I was like, where's the Tylenol? And since, we have a lady that comes in and clean twice a week. And so the lady that cleans twice a week, she moves things around. So it took me like a little bit to go get it. Sorry, chat. Sorry. I'm so sorry. But I'm good. I just took the Tylenol, so now I'm going to start feeling better. So let's go. The liquid metal god or not true. So where was we? We were sitting here talking about the PlayStation Store, right? Where was I? Shoot. So the Sony disc announced it's like erupt. Okay, already read that. Ponies on the PS4 back. Yep, exactly. Xbox may have a way to uniquely identify each disc. Xbox One's scrap launch plans. Here's the funny part though. It seems like everything that that's coming up and around right now, like the whole bringing up like it was from the Xbox One era though. And right now it's like they're sitting there trying to bring it back to life though, because like I said, this was actually a good plan in 2013. It's actually good because we're heading into a digital era. We needed something like this to happen. Like, okay, hey, can you give us the option like to sell these games? I mean, shoot, that would be awesome though. Why do you have a cleaner? Laugh out loud. Why do I have a cleaner? Says Harry. The thing is, look, quite frankly, we live in a country that the humidity is high. Like, for example, yesterday I saw something. I was like, oh, shit. Like, the laundry machine, it has like a little basket thing where you add the products, like where you add the soap and you add the softener and all that stuff. And yesterday when I opened it up, I'm like, shit, it's got like some mold in it. I was like, oh man. So I had to take it out and clean that thing in a hurry. I was like, oh, we gotta clean this up. Oh man. So yeah, I mean, you got stuff that's happening plus the humidity. Like right now the humidity is so high, like I had to take some shirts out the other day and some belts, boots, jackets, and I had to do a cleaning thing right there. So the reason why we have a cleaner is because there's so much to do here. Not only that, we also had the problem that there's the Sahara dust, there's dust, that particles that fly in all the freaking time, and that you can have the windows locked here. Like for example, I do not open this window. I don't. So the other day, I grabbed this cleaner right here, this machine, this vacuum cleaner, and cleaned this chair. Chad, you cannot believe how much dust and dirt this chair had. And I sit here with fully clothed though, all the freaking time. Oh, well, at night, I sit in my boxers, of course, to play games and stuff like that. But yes, it's incredible how much dirt this chair had. I was like, how the hell is that possible though? And here all over the place, like, that's why the room is a mess, because I'm reorganizing stuff right now and cleaning, doing some rough cleaning. Man, it's crazy how dusty it gets. So that's why we have a person here that comes in twice a week, cooks and cleans and does the laundry for us. But yeah, that's how it is though. So Louis has been taking birth control for years just in case. Yep, yes sir. Louis accidentally, Pickles laughed my ass off. Louis, says Malcolm Lax. PS4 is holding back gaming. People needed to move on from the PS4. Hell, even some of the Xbox One. But prices are too damn high. And some expect exclusive will help sell consoles. Shaking my head, not happening. Cherry Bone. Right now, the only thing that will help sell these consoles at this very moment is if they come out with a new gen. That's the only thing that will help sell these consoles. Nothing else. I mean, there's no way, no how, no possible that these consoles will help push, sales with even exclusives or anything right now. There's no way. Louis Balling, he has maids. No, I don't have maids, guys. I have a person that comes in and cleans twice a week. Come on. Louis just called himself Dusty. Yep, it's dusty in here. I mean, Taneros, I don't hide from it. It's the truth, though. You open that window for a second, and you get dust smacked in your face. That fan up there, I gotta dust it all the time too. Everybody's got dust, and I haven't even opened the window this week. I'm not kidding you. I have not opened this window. Not even this week, for like the last 3 weeks, and everybody has dust. That's how dusty it is here, man. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy how dusty it is. And not only that, it's gonna get worse because right now they're in front of us. they're gonna construct a building. Holy smokes! You don't know what that means, chat. We're gonna have buildings being constructed. That means more dust, more everything. My body is ready for Soul Calibur. Oh, Soul Calibur! What an awesome game. But yeah, chat. Like I was saying though earlier before, these digital storefronts, Xbox was doing something fantastic with it, but they didn't give them the opportunity to do it. And I hope now Microsoft sits there and says, okay, this is the opportunity for us to do this. And I hope Asha sees this because, you know, listen, I know people want her to do something with the physical games, but the thing is that if you but you see on this set, Project Helix will sell roughly 2 million units in the launch year, scaling to 7.3 million by 2030. Who the hell is that dumbass analyst, though? Damn. Big money, Louis. No, I'm not. No, it's not. No. It's regular here, guys. Okay, so like I was saying though, right? Where was I? Shoot, chat, help me out. I lost my train of thought there because we're looking at big money, Louis. That's not predictable because look, if let's say if Asha comes out and says, "Hey, we have a digital pricing storefront right now for you guys to sell your digital stuff." Ho, 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 ho. I know people are going to run over there and be like, yep, Xbox has this option. Sony doesn't have it. Sony doesn't have it. So that would be interesting if they can come back to 2013 and bring up some stuff that was actually planned and then not come out and now they actually do it and make people smile. Be like, whoa, this is the only storefront that I can sell my games here without any problem as of right now. Steam doesn't do it, PlayStation doesn't do it, and trust me, if Xbox did that, of course it's gonna force these guys to go out there and do the same damn thing, and then everybody will be like, you see? Okay, that's how it is though. Carpetman, ¿cómo estás, Louis? Me, I'm feeling better, I just took, like I said, took some Tylenol. I'm waiting for that thing to affect, and I know I'm gonna feel better though. It was just like a mild headache that just jumped in though. Partly because, you know, I went to bed a little bit late last night. Ask Dark, he got experience. Experience with what, though? So let's see what else is out there, though. So now Bloomberg went deep. Watch this, chat. Watch this. Where did this info come from, though? I gotta find where this came from, because now this is interesting, though. Now, it's like they don't have anything else to talk about bad about Xbox, though. And looky right here. Bloomberg, Microsoft has internally admitted that launching this game one day in games on Game Pass has been failed to gamble. So how do you guys show me how to community note this? How do you community note this though? The leak revealed by Bloomberg exposed a financial hole, massive cannibalization. Management assumes that players prefer to pay for the subscription rather than the $70 game, sinking direct sales of AAA titles by up to 80%. The Call of Duty disaster. Internal analyst says that by putting the flagship franchise into the service has cost the company about $300 million lost revenue. Only $300 million? Only that? That's it? Internal war. Multiple executives have outright opposed the strategy, arguing that the current model devalues their blockbuster production, only benefits the users, not the company. How do you community note this? Alright, request community note. Oh, you gotta go in. I don't know how to do this. I'll do this later though. Shoot. So let's see where this article came out from though. Let's go look for it. Let's go search for this, chat. Let's have some fun. So only 300 million. So let me do something real quick. Hold on a second, chat. Hold on a second. Let me see how many copies of the disc is 300 million for one little itsy bitsy second. 300 million divided by 70. You guys are complaining about 4 million copies? Shoot. Oh my god. 4,285,714 copies. Are you guys seriously complaining about 4 million copies? Now, if you tell me that 20 million copies did not sell, then I'll be like, oh shit, but 4 million copies only? Like they think that 4 million copies is gonna say fucking Call of Duty. Come on, man. Shit. Shoot. Like, shoot. That's the things that really drive me nuts when they go out there and misinform things. I mean, why don't you put the exact number? Why don't you guys say they lost 300 million, which equivalents to 4,258,700 something copies. So we'd be like, oh, that was it? So let's see where this information came out. I'm going to start searching right now. Let's go. Oh. So who's that analyst though? I'm not seeing that from Bloomberg though. That article that came up. Let me go look at, oh yeah, he has me blocked. Sorry about that, but he has me blocked though. Let me go to the Bloomberg site real quick. Let's go to video games. Hey, Verse, how you doing, man? I'm good. The media's already plotting to turn Xbox announcing anything good about physical into bad thing. They'll spin it out some way, somehow. Oh, dude, I don't think there's no saving this, my friend, right now. I think they have no saving right now, because no matter what they do, I'm not kidding you, no matter what they do, left, right, up, down, no matter where they go, the PlayStation fanboys are not going to let this go until Sony comes out and addresses something or says something. Which they're probably not going to be happy, because at the end of the day, they'll say, these assholes, they come up 3 weeks later, a month later to say something. Thing is, they're trying to let the storm slide through, which sucks. But, yeah, I'm looking for that Bloomberg article, and I cannot find it, where he got this info from. Because the funny part about this is that, all right, let's see more. I don't see this out there though. And then I think he's just tucking out of his, you know what, just to get some clicks though. Because seriously, I have not seen that article out there. So let me go on X, probably it's there though. Let me go on X and let me search for Bloomberg. See if I can find it though. Because it's gotta be there though. La 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 dum da 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 dum dee dum do do. Nope, I don't see that though. So where the heck did he get that source though? Why didn't he post the source right there on his tweet though? Because I mean, if you're gonna talk about something, at least put the tweet from where it came from, so it can actually grab something and talk about it though. But yeah. What? Okay, just read something that just got me out of sight though. So let's keep going though. Say, huh? But I don't see any Bloomberg article about this though. Nope, I don't see it. So maybe it'll come up during the day though, but that is weird. But yeah, like I was telling you guys, Chad, like no matter what these guys say though, there's no they're not gonna fend off those fanboys though. Like if Xbox says something, I mean they can probably go in there and troll for a little bit, but the only guys who are gonna troll is something else though. I need to figure out how out is his to reset the YouTube algorithm. I drove past Six Flags Amusement Park in Atlanta, and guess what pops into my feeds? Six Flags Amusement Park. Really? Uh-oh. Well, you're playing Halo with Big B money. Listen, every time you ask me if I'm going to play a game with Big B money, the problem is I'm going to be playing the game by myself. That's the damn problem, because Big B don't play games. Big B says I got a girlfriend and he goes, though. Louis, you know what's effing crazy, though? The petition has around 200K, right? I thought it was the PS5 console, 93 million. I thought the petition would have gotten up by now. Why do you think, Pickles, here's the funny part, though. You need to understand something. I already explained this a long time ago about the physical versus the digital, though. We have too many people buying digital. It's not only for PlayStation, it's for across the whole board. I'm talking about movies, I'm talking about everything. They're just using digital. Physical thing was literally almost about to die. I'm not kidding you. It was about to die, but I was waiting for it to die later on in a long time, though, not now. It got killed now because, you know, they just decided to kill it. For what reason? I don't know. But they just made the decision, though, because, yeah, I was expecting that to be 2032. At least when the, I was expecting it, like, when digital sales were at 95% digital and then 5% at least with physical, though. So once I saw that, though, I said, okay, that would be the time to kill it. But I guess they killed it a little too soon, though. They went way too fast to kill it. So Chio Walker sent me a post. Okay. All right. Let me get that, Chio. Let's see if I can bring this up, my friend, so I can. Crap. Okay, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Come on up! Come on up! Come on up! Oh, I can't open it here. Dang it! All right, 1 second, chat, because Chio sent me some other good news that's happening out there. Yeah, I think Ecstasy's posted something that they like Bloomberg figured something out. I don't see the article though. Oh, no wonder Hunter went out there and did this, because look who the analyst is, though. I'll get you, Chill Walker, no worries. Just give me a second, though, because this is interesting, though. Look who it is. GameIndustry.biz. Yep. Guess who worked in GameIndustry.biz? Let's see though. Chat, y'all don't want to know what I found out though. Holy shit. Chat, you guys don't want to know what I found out though. Oh, damn. Damn. Hey, bro boy, you in here, bro boy? You in here, bro boy? Bro boy. Is bro boy in here? Hold up a second. I ain't even gonna zoom in on this one. You know, let me just do something real quick, chat. I'm not even gonna leave this one. I'm just gonna go ahead and that explains a lot though. It does, my chat. It does. Oh. I just did a boo-boo. A major boo-boo I did, chat. I am so sorry if I just did a boo-boo. Oh, shit. How the heck am I? Fuck. I made a boo-boo, chat. You guys don't understand how big this boo-boo I just made, though. I'm not even kidding you. I made a big-ass boo-boo right now. Fudge. So, wait a minute. Maybe I can fix it. I gotta make this big again. Okay. Okay, making a big, chat. I'm so sorry, chat. I seriously made a big ass boo boo. I'm not kidding you. It was such a big boo boo. I mean, I'm laughing though. It's bad though. That is a bad boo boo I did. But you know what? I'll just have it this way. Okay, perfect. Okay, this actually looks better though, to be honest. There you go. It actually looks better. It looks like nice and neat right there. So, all right, let me. No. So let me just stop screen share right here. There you go. Okay, perfect. And let me add this scene right here. You guys want to look? Man. You guys are going to be so happy with Lou. Like I was saying, let me zoom in on this. You guys reading this? It says here, like I was saying, the guy who was part of game industry biz, of course, Christopher Dring. He has spent, check this out, 17 years writing about the game business and been involved in various projects, including launching Game Biz alongside Jeff Keighley. That explains a lot though. However, he has recently announced his departure from game industry biz, indicating he's no longer associated with the platform. So wait a minute. Game industry biz is hold up. Is Jeff Keighley's? What? Dude, that's the pick you need. Yeah, you gotta love that pick, right? That's the pick. I'm like, like irritated with all these media sites. Yeah, it was a perfect picture though. No joke though. It was perfect though. Look right here. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta Google this right now. Yeah, that's like Hold on a second. Oh, the game business was a media publication, was formed by Jeff Keighley and Christopher Dring. When was it formed? That explains a lot though. Seriously, that explains a lot though. That explains so much, man. That explains so much. Oh my God, that explains so much, my chat. Because at the end of the day, we know that these dudes are sponsored by Sony. Since Christopher Dring was, and Sony sponsors Game Biz, and wow, Game Biz is actually made by Jeff Keighley and Christopher Dring all together. Holy smokes, chat. It just gets better and better and better. So let's see what this man sent me. Oh, yeah. A Discord user, RS Atlanta, is reporting managed to boot Astrobot on PC using Sharp Emu, a PS5 emulator for Windows PC. Yep, I know that. Yep, now you can play Astrobot on Windows PC, chat. Ah, crap. But like I said, they grab an analyst from over there in game industry biz, and I knew something was up with that, though. Louis had to say Xbox has become enthusiast niche product, or will refuse, or will we reuse a niche hardware future? What do you mean by that, though? But wow, Christopher Dring and Jeff Keighley. Oh, that's crazy stuff, though. Crazy stuff. Crazy, crazy, crazy stuff, though. Oh my God. The more and more, this is the funny part though. The more and more you find out about these sites, the interesting it gets though. Like the other day we found out Sony sponsors some of these sites though. So nowadays when I look at this stuff, I'm like, is it sponsored by Sony? Because the way they attack Xbox with the Xbox tax and all that shit, you literally sit there, you're like, man, these sites are literally being sponsored by this shit. Cool, we get a free firefight mode from time to time. Hit me up. My GT is Jago6 gamer tag. There you go. So here's the thing, though. I would win a baby money because you always go away. What are you talking about? Marketing has changed. I'm seeing a bunch of social media marketing stuff. TV ads don't work anymore. Oh, that was back in the day. I remember back in the day we used to watch those TV shows, and all of a sudden you got this CD. They came up, and they'd have like Dolly Parton's greatest hits, and you had to listen through all those songs, you know, to Dolly Parton's or what was the other guy's name? There was several people out there that, you know, they put the CDs like Elvis. Like not only that, if you order right now, you will get your Elvis plates signed by the king himself, even though he passed away, but still was signed by him. We used to store this back over there, and when you get it, it's like the plate is already like printing on it, the signature. It was actually not signed by Elvis. The back in the day stuff. Yep. Seeing the switch to having an exploit music to my eyes. Has become, as Louis is safe to say, Xbox has become enthusiast, niche product. Nah, I want to see it's niche though, but the problem is that this generation, right now the way it is, like no matter what they can do to save this product though, they need to look at next gen though. They're gonna have to hurry up with that shit though. They have to hurry up with that shit though. They're gonna have to though. Because the thing is that people, when you look at, like I already talked to you guys about when you buy, it's like a car though. You buy a car in 2020. The car, you buy a top of the line technology, awesome, fantastic, drive around. Let's say the car gets wrecked, accidentally, knock on wood, it doesn't happen, but something happens to the car, fuck it, you know it's done. And then when you go back to the dealership where you bought the car, they have that car there from 2020 sitting there that it did not have an owner yet. And you're like, okay, I want to repurchase that car because I love that car. And they tell you, okay, that car was back then was $5,000. Now it's $20,000. You'll be like, I'd rather go buy a brand other car that's brand new from 2026 instead of getting a 2020 car that was sitting in the dealership that's now $20,000. Of course not. You're not going to do that. That's insane. And that's the problem, though. Like, why were you going to get this thing, though? Why? Why are you going to buy a thing that's been out there for 6 years? And no, I'm sorry. It's just crazy. So that's why I tell everybody, if you're going to get a console, get it used. Don't go nuts buying new. If you can find it for a good price used and it works, go get it. Don't buy it new, even for Xbox. No matter who it is, right now, this very moment, you just cannot get a new console because it's damn expensive. I mean, these consoles came out costing $500, $400, $300, and now it's like $500 above, not $500, $300 above the price it was. Shoot, you got to think about it, though. So I think someone to have some games that have daily tasks, weekly, and even monthly stuff, or even endless content, even if it's pointless or for enthusiasts. I think of the kind of people that treat games as a job. Yep, that's how it is, though. I got a friend who just plays Destiny every single day. He just logs in, plays Destiny, does more Destiny this, Destiny that. I'm like, bro, you have a library of games. Nah, I just want to play some Destiny. I'm like, bro, let Destiny go. It just never lets Destiny go. What up, Blue? I think the Steam machine is just useless. I think the Xbox is much better than the machine. I mean, it may be useless to you, but the people who bought it, they don't find it useless. I mean, I don't recommend the product because how expensive it is and the way the stuff it has in, you know, shit. But if someone wants to buy it, I'm not going to stop them from buying it, though. I mean, that's their decision of what they want to buy, my friend. That's the thing, though. I don't make fun of people who buys it, though. Same thing, you know, like when and I know this guy got mad at me because he mentioned it. Even though if someone came in here and told me, yeah, I bought the Steam machine, I'd be like, ooh, I would have said, oh, did you get it for a good price, though? You know, because seriously, that would be my question, though. Same thing with the PSVR 2 when Jacob Nova bought it. I was like, oh, man, did you buy it for a good price, though? Because that thing was... They discontinued it pretty much. They're not making them anymore because it's not selling, and that product would just sit there collecting dust. And how do I know this? Because Plume had one, and I had several friends who had one. They even told me that it's just sitting there collecting dust, and once in a while they use it to either play Gran Turismo or something like that. But yeah. But if someone buys it, though, I mean, yep. So it says here, Louis, you have a Series S, right? No, I have a Series X. Because I got an LG C2 TV. Why would I need a Series S, though? My TV is the max, though. I got an LG C2 OLED. I don't need a... Pico says, sure, yeah. I disagree. You can literally put a micro SSD off the Steam Deck and drop the Steam machine and continue playing. See what I mean? I told you. You see, Kev, you can't get into that debate, Kev. There's some people who love that Steam machine. I don't fight people about that. I mean, if you went ahead and purchased it, good. I will ask you if you got it for a good price, though, because, yes, it's expensive, 100%. Now, I wouldn't say it's that bad because, I mean, they've proven it to us that over there in Japan and other places, they're buying it like nuts. They are. You can look for that information, though. Awesome. I also play Gears Horde Escape S6, FF, MOTW, COD6, FH6, etc., etc. Steam machine is a piece of shit, says Yubei. Yeah, I know, Yubei. I know you don't like Steam, Yubei, but hey, there's people who bought it, though. Same thing with the ROG Ally X. The Xbox ROG Ally X, I thought that thing was not going to sell, and I was like, oh, shit, it did sell. That's impressive. That is impressive, chat. That is impressive. But no, I don't have a Series S, my friend. I have a Series X. I have a Series X. I have a PS5 that I loaned out. And I have a Nintendo Switch that I got to plug in because I forget I got to plug in that sucker, which I'm going to take it today and plug that MFR in so it can charge the battery. I wouldn't say that much buying this like nuts. They only released $20K for launch in Japan. Got a fraction of that. Hold on a second, chat. Be right back. Someone's knocking at the door. Sorry, chat. Back here. So it says here. I want to say buying it like nuts. They only released $20K for launch and Japan got a fraction of that. Well, I mean, they bought it because they liked it, though. That's the thing, though. But there are more powerful systems that are smaller and way more powerful. Hey, man, they could be anything way more powerful. I could agree with you there more. But at the end of the day, though, it's how the person feels. I mean, if they wanted to buy it, they bought it. Dreamcast guy bought the Steam machine. Nah, he did not buy it. His girlfriend bought it for him. Oh, Lord. Jago, aren't you in our Discord, though? Hop in our Discord, man, if you're not in there, though. One guy said this amazing AutoCAD and arguing about it. He didn't, that AutoCAD integration manager at work, you literally can't use AutoCAD, laugh out loud. $650 is still expensive for a console. Shoot, any console right now is expensive, though. So hold up a second. So you're actually rooting for the PS5? Man, get the hell out of with that question, with that answer, though. You're actually saying that you better get a PS5? Oh, man. Come on, man. Shoot. I wouldn't even recommend a person to go get a brand new Xbox right now. I would tell them to go buy it used. Same thing with the PS5. Buy it used. It's expensive. At least the Steam machine is brand new, even though it does not have the high capacity as a PS5 or an Xbox, though. I get that, but shit. I wouldn't tell anybody to go get a PS5 brand new. Hell no. Go get an Xbox brand new. Hell no. I would say go buy it used. Go look for it. $340. Pick it up right there. Oh, man. What's worse, I posted a video that even though the PS5 with the ridges in there is still overheating. Shit. You got to go in and give it maintenance no matter what, guys. You got to give that PS5 maintenance. But yeah, let's go see what else is out there, chat. Let's go see what Twitter is on to today. What is the BS of today besides the fake ass analyst, though? You see, at least he's right about something. Yep, even Sea Monster says it loud and clear, and I couldn't agree more with Sea Monster. This is it. This is why when I see stuff like this, you know, I laugh at this stuff too, because at the end of the day, though, how can you get this information without even shit? Serious, on a serious note, though, look what Sea Monster says. He says it loud and clear. The gaming media outlet games industry has put out analysis of launch sales about the Helix will have. Just like that, without a price, without a technical data, without seeing marketing, nothing. I was going to reply to them. They should stick to their articles about physical sales in the UK, but of course not anymore. Clowns. Fucking exactly. I don't know how to say that the way. But at the end of the day, though, how can you know this shit without having all this stuff out there? Dumbasses. Seriously, that's why, you know, when I see stuff like this, I say it's a dumbass thing. Oh my God. Seriously. Come on, you guys. You're supposed to be journalists. You're supposed to be something. Do a better job. Oh, they're reporters, though, basically, as Joey said, though. So, Dying Light for your PS4 fans and Xbox One is not going out there. Dying Light Beast, they, after careful consideration, decided not to release it. Maybe I should save this for tomorrow, though. Xbox cuts and layoffs don't solve Xbox spirit problems. What would Asha do? Solve Microsoft's biggest analysis. Can Xbox become cool? Xbox become cool for a while. What are you talking about, though? Of course. Look who wrote it. So it says here, Eseki says, I meant to say I wouldn't recommend anyone getting a new system right now. Oh, you would have recommended? Okay, you better stick to that, because at the end of the day, though, it's like I don't recommend stuff like that. Oh, I'm going to leave this article for tomorrow morning. It has something to talk about, because lately news has been slow, my friends. It has been pretty slow. A streamer permanently deleted this 25-year-old Microsoft account. It was hacked and locked up. Okay, that was 25 years ago. Okay, so let's see, though. Power World will never beat Pokemon. Will never beat Pokemon ever. What? What are you talking about? Power World is not Pokemon. Power World is Power World. That's the thing, though. That's what people need to understand, though. Power World is not Pokemon. Pokemon, you don't shoot your Pokemon. Power World, you shoot the damn things. And take them. I never seen Ash, you know. I mean, Chad, if I could be wrong, though. Have you seen Ash, you know, have you ever seen Ash do something like that, though? Like, shoot a Pokemon? I mean, shoot. How come? Seriously, that's the stuff I don't understand why people have to bring up and say something like that. No joke. So, let's go. What else is out there? Let's go. I want to see the response to this. Lord, here we go. Oh, Lord, here we go. See, every time PlayStation posts something, chat, like I said, oh, man, this is just great stuff, though. I won't be buying anything from PlayStation. Are physical games on sale? Why is it called a sale when they're renting only stuff to people instead of selling it? Stop deceiving people. Nah, I still want my physical. Play has no limits, be honest. I'm being honest. What are you doing to gamers? Limit how they can play by removing physical media and being greedy bastards. Thank you. There you go. PlayStation right now not listening. Yep. Like I said, no matter what PlayStation does, though, no matter what. And this is actually cool. You know, when you see sales and everything. This was posted at 11 a.m. 26 minutes ago and already got 1.5K responses. 1.6 saying, oh, Lord, with the physical media stuff. It's just great. It's just great. So, chat, anything you guys want to talk about? Oh, yeah, Brazil sued Microsoft and they give the guy $400 back from after his games gotten deleted. Good. You know, good. Seriously. Look, you can punish a person. I agree. You can punish them. You can punish a person for something they've done. You can say, okay, you got 2 weeks off your account because of what you did. You can punish them. 100%. There's level limits to punish, but take away their games that they worked with all their money. Shoot, unless they've done something super illegal, and that's a whole other business. But come on, man, not like this. Not like this. Sensors are pretty much the same with Office 360. I don't think you can buy a license that lasts forever for either. Software has been waived forever. Gaming is just really far behind. But here's the thing, though. Like I was saying, though. Look, chat, you got to understand something. We've known this since the dawn of time that you don't own these games. You don't own them. You buy the physical, right? And even though it was a Super NES game, even though it was a Game Boy game, whichever, you did not own the game. All you owned was the cartridge, the pictures on the cartridge, the booklets, the box, the machine you play on it. That's all you own. But the game inside, though, is not yours. That game is either from Nintendo or it was from Sony. That's the game inside. You do not own that, because if you could have owned that, then you would have taken out the game and be like, okay, I got the game. Let me show you this. Same thing with VHSs, though. You don't own what's the content inside the VHS. Same thing with the DVD. You do not own the content that's inside the DVD. It's a license. If you take the content inside the DVD and started selling it, the company will come by and sue you. That's called pirating, by the way. That's why they refer to pirating, right? So look, we know this since the dawn of time it was like that, right? We know this from the dawn of time, though. So look, I don't have any problems with the digital license stuff, right? I don't have any problems with that because, like I said, I know from the past, Even with physical, it was a license. Now the problem is that I want to have the option that I could do with my physical, and that is to sell it, to do this, to do that. There's no problem with that. Do it. I'll be happy to see that though. They actually do that. That'll be awesome. If you have Game Pass sub, you already have access to Microsoft 360. Baby West. Oh, sweet. That's nice though. Thank you for that. Diego 6. That is awesome. That is awesome. Even Visual Studios, when subscription, at least you can buy a copy you can own forever for now. You said it right there, Corporate One. You can own the copy, but you don't own the content inside of that, my friend. Yep. Oh, man, chat. Oh, man. So, yeah, chat. Anything else you guys want to drop in and talk about? Wow. Ubisoft Barcelona has started a 3-day strike to protest the planned layoffs of 51 staff. According to one staff member, the studio did all the underwater levels in Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. Wow. Wow. PS5 emulation. What do you guys want to talk about this? That Astrobot is there? Yes, we know that Astrobot is there. Emulated. Let's talk about it more. Well, to be honest though, I do not know why PlayStation has not done their store. And what's it called? I don't know why they have not done their store in PC though. But yeah, we are waiting for that to happen, my friends. And what will this happen? I don't know, chat. I don't know. I do not know, chat. When will it happen though? Ba-da-da. We don't know when this will happen though. But yes, the emulation on PS5 is working wonders and people are enjoying it. So PlayStation, good luck to you all. You may block the 180 countries, but people now can game on their stuff. And they found a way to cheat it out. Okay, let's keep it going. Yep. So it says here, PS4, PS5 emulation is coming along nicely. We'll soon be able to play PS games on PC with the PS5. Yes. Hey, the Leopard, good morning. It would be fucked up if the emulator drops on Xbox. Who? Watch this. New Jack, you in here? Oh, New Jack is not in here. Hold up a second. Let me bring him in. Hold on. Let me chat in general. Where is my bro, New Jack? Here it is. I just tagged him. Let's see if he jumps in though. I want to ask him because if it emulates, New Jack will figure it out. Can you imagine that shit happens though? I don't want to play a game about a game robot. Not there's anything wrong with that. I said game just in case though. Chat, I said game. I did not say get. I stopped at the moment though. Oh, he called me. Oh. Oh. This guy, oh, someone's mad out here. Poor dude is mad. He's mad at my comment. Louis, who is the bad boss at Halo Studios? I do not know. Seriously, I do not know. Don't really need. No, I really need not no need to really emulate on Xbox. This game's already on PC. Jago 6. Here's the thing though. Like Louis, the world-renowned director Christopher Nolan says you do own the Blu-ray 4K movies if you buy it physically. Are you saying that he's wrong? Because I know what he's talking about. So like I'll explain to you, right? Here's the thing, like here, let me explain this to you. I think you did not get my point though. So look, I have a CD burner right here, right? I have a CD burner on the bottom. So let me get this. Here it is. So it says here, check this out. It says here, terms. This is WB. This is a Blu-ray disc. You see, this is the Batman Blu-ray disc. I got it for $3.95. Yep. So, you see this is a Blu-ray right here, right? So it says here, this copyright product is authorized for sale or rental for private home use in the USA only. Not compatible with other devices. Devices change, blah, blah, blah. Let me see, though. Where does it say, though? Terms, not authorized for sale or rental outside the U.S. This copyright product, the product that's in here is copyrighted. So let me give you an example. Taking a deep... Wow, I haven't seen this, though. Cool. I like this. Hey, this looks cool. All right, so... All right, here we go. Right here, my friends. This is the product that you bought. This is the CD, right? You see the content is in the CD, right? Chat is in there. So if I do this, I grab this and let's say I put it in my computer if I had a disk drive with a burner, and I decide to burn the content to put it on a disk, pretty much grab the same design from the disk and put it on it and started to resell it, guess what happens to Lou? And I go online and I say, hey, look, I'm making copies of this Batman movie and I'm reselling it. Guess what WB does though? Guess what WB does though? WB comes by and he says, hey, I'm suing you for selling this because the product inside there is not yours for you to resell. You can take that Blu-ray from you. Who can take that Blu-ray from you though? Death? Death can take it away from me. Death? A thief can't take it away from me if it comes in my house and steals it. Or if it breaks, it's taken away from me. Yes, but look, you don't understand the point what I'm trying to make. Like, you're taking it way too far. What I'm saying is, like, listen, you own this disc. You own this disc. This disc is yours. Like, look, I bought the Blu-ray. This box is mine. This box is mine. The picture on the box is mine. These discs are mine. But the content inside the disc, I don't own it. That's the point. Because if I go ahead and if I put the CD on another disc, burn it, and do the same design, make the box, without having WB approved to me to resell, then we have a problem. You know what happens to Lou? He goes to jail because he's selling bootleg copies of this movie. It's called pirating. It's illegal. That's why it says loud and clear, not authorized for sale or rental outside the USA. It's not authorized though. So let me see if it says, let me see if I can read it though. Certain reactions, let me see though. Google Chrome, PC requirements may include ban, iPad requirements. But that's my point though. That's what I'm saying though. This is yours though. I mean, I bought the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray is mine. But the content inside is not even mine. That's not mine, man. It's not yours. Oh, Lord. Lights. Like, You don't. I'm being clear. What I'm saying though. Look, I'll fix it for you. Hold on. Okay, movies. There you go. There comes your answer. You're not going to like it, though. So that way, basically, you can understand, though. So here, look. Here's the thing right here. Let me zoom out for a moment. I'm just going to show you this so you can understand something that goes on. Because I tried to explain it 100%, but you didn't. When it comes to owning the content inside of Blu-ray, you have a few important considerations. Copyright law. Blu-ray movies are protected by a copyright law, meaning making unauthorized copies can lead to legal consequences. Like I said, backup copies, you can legally make a backup copy of Blu-ray disc for personal use, but distributing or selling these copies is illegal. DMCA restrictions. The Digital Millennium Copyright Act, DMCA, provides circumventing copy protection measures on a Blu-ray disc, making it illegal to bypass these measures. Fair use. While some would argue use of expectation, the legality of ripping Blu-rays for personal use is still a gray area and essential to proceed with caution. In summary, you can make a backup copy of Blu-ray for personal use. Distributing or selling these copies is against the law. Always ensure compliance with copyright regulation to avoid legal issues. Like I said, you cannot do whatever you want with this copy. You cannot resell it. You cannot do this or that. Now, it's in your hands, right? That copy right there, this, like I said, the Blu-ray, the case, the move, like everything that's out right here in this box, you own it. What's inside there, you don't own it, even though it can stay there forever as long as you live, right? It's there. But if you decide, like, for example, it's like a house. I own this house. If I want to resell my house, I have the option to resell it. No problem. I can resell it to you, like I can resell it to eBay. I can resell it to anyone because it's my property. I can resell it, and nobody's gonna jump on me because I'm reselling my house. It's mine for me to sell. Now this though, this. If I decide to make copies from it and resell the copies, I have a problem. Now I can sell you the disc in the box. That's a different story. I can say, here, you can have it. I can resell it for you. I got no problem. I can resell you this. But if I make illegal copies to make money off of this, I have a problem. That's what I'm saying, though. That content is not yours, though. Look, I'm not saying don't listen to Christopher Nolan, though. Whoever owns distribution rights decides if you own it or own out based on that stuff. It's very, very unlikely to happen, but Blu-ray player manufacturers could release a firmware update with a kill switch to disable playback of Blu-rays movies, which relies on it. What? Really? Complex chain of software encryption licenses will this ever happen? Very unlikely, but they could though. We don't own content under this. That's what I'm trying to explain to him for like the last half an hour though. I'm not arguing with Christopher Nolan, man. Like you don't like I explained it to you 2-3 times already. If you do not get what I'm saying, I already showed it to you on Google. It's right there. Do I need to zoom in for you to read it? I Googled it up and it explains to you. I'm not arguing with Christopher Nolan for what he said because listen, this is mine. Yes, I bought it. I can resell this one right here. I can resell it if I wanted to without any issues. Now what I can do is grab this, take this shit out, put it in a burner, burn a copy, slap the same logo on it, make the same box, and resell it. Because if I do that, it's a copyright strike. And guess what happens? I get sued and get thrown in jail. And I have to pay like a $500,000 fine. That's what I mean, though. I'm not saying you don't own this, because this copy is yours if you bought it. But the content inside of it is not yours for you to do whatever you want with it. You can't do anything. You cannot make copies of it. If you want to make copies for your own use, you can. But you cannot make copies to go ahead and resell it to this dude, to that dude. You can't do that. You go to jail. That's the thing, though. Why would you want to make illegal copy? Why would you want to make illegal copies? Christopher Nolan doesn't make the rules and regulations. Exactly. That's another thing. Thank you for that, 4K. But why would you want to make illegal copies, though, Louis? Oh, my God, Light, you cannot believe. Ask 4K. He'll tell you stories about... I mean, shoot. Oh, Lord. So it says here, and that's bullshit. He needed people to donate money for his teeth, but he wants to go out and spend $1,500 for a steam machine. He needs to get his priorities straight. Wait, who? He went out there and bought it, though? Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Christopher Nolan can't decide what happens to him. No, it's just a director. Yep, that's true. I make illegal copies. I mean to have true ownership. I can look for it, you babe. Listen, like, I can look for it, and I'm not saying that he's not wrong with what he says, though. You need to understand, he's not wrong what he says. When you buy something physical, right, you own the physical. But what's inside the physical is not truly yours to do whatever you want. Like I mentioned, my house, though, this house is mine. I can sell it without any problem. No lawmaker's going to come by and say, you cannot sell this house. Unless if you own taxes on it. But still, I can still sell my house, though. So that will not be a problem because the house is under my name. It's my property. If I want to smash this wall and do something, I can do that easily, right? Because I own this house. Now, when it comes to the content inside this disc, though, the content inside this disc is going by Warner Bros. And if you decide to make illegal copies from it and decide to sell it, you have a problem. And you ask me, why wouldn't I do that? Oh my God, bro. Not the data on the disc, exactly. You do not own the data on the disc. The one that owns the data is called Warner Bros. Those are the ones who owns the data on the disc, not Louis. Here's our original. Still have the other that one in the back. So let me look what Christopher Nolan said about the media. Christopher Nolan said about physical media. All right, let's go see what he says, though. So this says, Christopher Nolan has expressed concerns about the nature of streaming only releases, emphasizing the importance of ownership of physical media. He believes that streaming platforms can take down films, making them unavailable for viewers. Nolan's comments highlight the need for filmmakers and consumers to support physical media to ensure that films can be accessed and enjoyed for generations to come. Agreed. You know, on that side, I agree, though. They could take it down and do whatever they want with it. Yes. I agree with that. But again, he does not state about the content inside the disc, though. He does not say about the content on the disc. He's talking about the physical. This physical right here, this thing. That's what he's talking about, but not the content inside the disc, though. That's the thing you need to understand, though. Now, if he said the content inside the disc is yours, then you're like, oh, yeah, I know what FRQ will be doing. FRQ will, oh, so it's mine? Okay. Put it in the disc, burn it, and be like, hey, Blu-ray Batman's right here. Come buy them. I'll sell it to you for $1 each. $1 each. $2 each. And I'll make at least 100 pieces for each disc I make. Oh, man. FRQ, how rich will we get, though? If If Nolan would have said, hey, listen, you bought my DVD, my content is yours. Oh. I mean, if they try to sue me, I'll be like, hey, no. Nolan said he directed the movie. He said it. Go sue Nolan because he told me. I'm out of this. That's what would happen, though, if it would have said the content inside of this is yours, though. Louis, nobody believes that a Blu-ray or a game disc means you own the IP, but you do own a copy of it. I've never said that you don't own a copy of it. I never said that. What I said is the data, even though you bought the disc, that data is not yours, my friend. You can't do nothing. Same thing with video games from back in the day. You cannot do nothing when it comes down to video games. I even showed you guys with Friday the 13th the game. It says it's a license. These games are a license. You cannot take the game out, copy it, and resell it, because if you do, you go to jail. You have a problem. You get a big-ass copyright thing. Why do you think Nintendo's trying to shut down all these emulators? Why do you think it's that, though? And Nintendo shuts them down because they're copying the games. They're putting it out there in emulation for free. That's why they're going out there trying to shut down all these emulators, because right now what they're doing is they're trying to bank from those emulators, right, by putting their own games on their digital platform. So that's why they're shutting them down, so people cannot play their games, though, for free. But again, this content, the inside there is not yours. Now, you own a copy of it, yes, but it's not yours to do whatever you want. That's the whole point. It's not yours to do whatever you want. Because if you do start doing that, then you will go to jail for that. Okay. All right, that's cool, Light. That's cool. CDs don't hold much data, though. That's another thing, though. It depends on the CD, though. I mean, it all depends on the game, too. Shoot. And that's the thing, though. Like, what's in this damn disc, though? You got 1, 2, and 3. Oh, you got the DVD video. Okay. You got the Dark Knight Red special features with Blu-ray disc. Okay, I see now. So I got the movie for Blu-ray, and I got the DVD video. Sweet. So how much the Blu-ray plays, though? It says here. Levels of video standards. Let me see. It says here 1080p high definition, variable, blah, blah, blah. 5.1 Dolby Digital English, 2.0 French. Okay, sweet. May not be high definition, audio subtitles may vary. Levels of video resolution, if applicable, okay. Blu-ray players, manual, okay. Yeah, sweet. So it's 1080p? Ah, man, I thought it was 4K, though. Son of a bitch. Damn it. I thought it was the 4K one. Oh, well. I have the collection, though, so sweet. No, it's because the idiots are using emulators to make money. Oh, that too. If they do that, though, ooh. Oh, no. But yeah. If Nolan would have said that, like, the content inside the content inside the copy you buy from Batman is yours and you can do whatever you want. Oh shit! I know me and Farky would be burning CDs like, CDs for $1, $2. And all of a sudden we make $500 off a copy of a Batman. And they can't say nothing because they say, hey, Nolan said it. Go tell Nolan. He told me it was mine. It was mine.